Played too quickly, and St. John's not afraid to run up and down.
Born in Queens, played at Queens College, and now coaching in Queens. His dream job, the head coach of St. John's. Little back door, and Coswell didn't take long to get in the scoring column, Mike.
Boy, Jeremiah Kelly got away with a big push off there. Malik Booth defending him, and Booth can be a real pest defensively.
Here's Anthony Mason Jr. Malik Booth looking for a cutting Evans, and there's a West in the ball game. So Depaul comes in, averaging about 61 points a game. St. John's 67. But both these two teams, they're in the upper echelon defensively, the Big East Conference, at least in the top half.
Will Walker. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a big game from Walker on senior night.
There's a drive, a kick, and a three ball. And the first three goes down as Jeremiah Kelly gets his 24th of the season.
Yeah, he shoots 28% from beyond the arc. Not known as a three-point shooter, but important for someone like that to be able to at least knock down one early, get the defense to respect you out there.
Very important. As Tracy Webster would say, it'd be nice to have that third scoring option. There's the first scoring option. No doubt about that. Matt Coswell now with the flush. Again, 6 double-doubles in 8 games. He's got 10 this year.
Wow, what a great start for DePaul. You know, you get the sense you watch these teams and shoot around. You watch them before the game, and DePaul just was getting around. They were upbeat. Tracy Webster was pleased with his team and the way they came into this. Instead of just
one time, he lit up the Buckeyes.
Tracy Webster, second best point guard at Wisconsin. You probably think I'm referring to myself. It's Devin Harris. I knew you'd fall for that one. Devin Harris, #1.
That was a good one. You got to rank pretty high, though. Coswell. It's rejected by Anthony Mason Jr.
This is where St. John's at their best, out in the open court.
John Evans stopped and got on the defensive end. We saw that block by Anthony Mason Jr. And Mike, just a couple of years ago, he was the go-to guy, scoring
That's right.
29 a game. And it's nice to see the way he's adjusted to a different role on this team.
Yeah, he's accepted it, you know. You're right. He was the go-to guy. They needed him to take a lot of shots, and he put them up. But this year, more of a role player. You know, he said, too, he said, my teammates are better. I got a better team around me. I don't have to do everything.
Outside shot rattles in as Mike Stoval knocks down a 3-ball. That was the third option that Tracy Webster was talking about. Stoval said he is capable of putting the ball in the hole.
Help on the inside. I believe it was Burrell who was posting up, and as soon as Stoval let Kennedy go to the corner, he lost his man on the 3. That was why he was able to hit that 3.
DJ Kennedy, that's his 38th this year. 4-point game. Coswell. Hop, skip, and a jump with the left hand doesn't go, and
Pay, very good player for St. John's. You gotta keep a body on him. Stoval just got lost, and Tracy Webster talking about Stoval should be a better defender. He's got that good body. Here's the matchup again, Stoval on Kennedy.
Kennedy. Horn stops. A little bit too strong, and Coswell goes up and gets yet another rebound. Coswell averaging about 10 rebounds a game. Tracy Webster says he probably gets sick of hearing me saying, Mac, you got to get that rebound.
Every time. He gets most of them.
Coswell a little bit too strong, and here comes the Red Storm.
First couple of shots for Coswell haven't looked very smooth.
Kennedy with that left hand. Thought he was fouled. Kelly off the dribble. Rebound, and he's picked it up on the offensive end. You know, Mike, with Dwight Hardy sitting out with that sprained knee, who needs to step up and score some points for St. John's?
I think Paris Horn's the guy. You know, Horn had such a good year last year. Another 3 there. I think that's going to be 3 of 3 for DePaul. They haven't missed yet from 3. This is a team that the scouting report says make them beat you from outside.
Burrell inside with the left hand, and it goes. Justin Burrell with 3. That last 3 by Mike Stoval gives him 6 in the ball game now. Coswell. Thought it was going to rattle out for a second. He's got 6 in the game.
How about the move by Jeremiah Kelly, though? A little shake and bake on Deli Coker. Brought him to his knees. That's a mismatch right there. Deli Coker trying to slow down Jeremiah Kelly. Look out.
Coswell.
Both teams going cold right now. I think it's a chance for St. John's to string a few buckets together.
Stiff with a left hand. Rebound. Depaul should have had it. Twice Faber had position. Tracy Webster saying that Faber someday could be a Rick Mahorn type, kind of a bully inside, but still going through some growing pains. Inside 12 minutes, we're going to take a timeout right now.
Beyond the arc. Clearly the scouting report is make them shoot over you. The issue is St. John's just not getting out to shooters. Right now DePaul, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. A big reason they're up 17. But he's such a great player, has had a great career, but they have played phenomenal without him in the lineup. And now we've seen it all the time. Anytime a player is injured and then comes back, there's an adjustment period there, not just for the player, but for the rest of the team. And do you mess with a good thing?
You know, you're the expert analyst. I kind of admire the way you handled it. I'm not sure if I could have said the word worse with Herringody in the same sentence, but you're right. You're absolutely right. Speaking of 3, Stoval has 2, and he knocks down 2 more free throws, so he's got 8 points in the ball game. So he's heard
far of any St. John's player.
Anthony Mason Jr. averaging 12 as a sophomore, 14 as a junior, 14 again last year before he went out with the injury.
I like this idea, going right down to Koshwal to start the second half.
Koshwal backs his man down, uses the left hand. Finds Walker taking a trip down the lane. Walker's still struggling with that shot. He's got 4. Anthony Mason Jr. The fans here wanted a little traveling music. To no avail. They get a steal instead.
What a nice steal by Stoval. Great vision, just digging down from the wing. That's how DePaul got it done in that first half, was on the defensive end. St. John's had 9 turnovers, only shot the ball 28%.
Well, when you see someone steal it like that, your heart kind of flutters.
Feel good. Old defender, got to appreciate that kind of stuff. Again to Koshwal, back down, give him some room to work.
Koshwal, a kick out. Stan Heath said if you don't double team Koshwal once he touches the ball, he is tough to handle down there. 2 on the shot clock. Walker steps back, doesn't go down.
Well, we saw Koshwal get the ball. He got double teamed and he kicked it out to Kelly. Now Jeremiah Kelly does not shoot the ball all that well from the perimeter. And there you see where it comes to hurt DePaul, because Koshwal gets a double team. He does a nice job of passing out of it. They got a guy in Kelly that doesn't really take advantage of that opportunity for an open 3.
Booth with the crossover. Anthony Mason Jr. He's even they didn't know how to protect the lead, and as you mentioned, a 37-21 lead, now 37-26. And how is that team going to operate in the next 16 minutes and 42 seconds?
Well, I think you got to remember they got it done on the defensive end in the first half. We've seen Anthony Mason Jr. came out the first possession with an uncontested 3.
Stoval inside for the flush. Koshwal with 12. And with that, he is the newest member of the 1,000-point club at DePaul. Wow, Will Walker. Remember last year he had a couple of 31-point games down the stretch. One in the Big East tournament against Providence.
He's had some great games against Marquette. I know, I live in Milwaukee, you know, Marquette fans, they don't want any part of Will Walker. He's played well against them throughout his career.
I was just going to say, dropped 35 on Notre Dame, and he drops a 3 right there. That's going to be 66 for him on the year, and boy, he needed that. Right
in the face of Paris Horn. You can't even say bad defense. Horn was in his face, had his hand up. That's just a great shot by Will Walker.
Burrell turns, fires, need the rebound, they get it.
If anything, getting a stop and hitting a couple of these threes is allowing Tracy Webster to keep Matt Koshwal on bench just a little bit longer.
Now we'll see if Walker starts warming up.
Well, you know he's going to look for his shot. He hit 1 now, and they're going to try to keep it going.
He's one of 6 players in the history of DePaul to have at least 4 30-point games. Stoval, he knocks it down.
It's a game of runs.
And they're doing it from long range. Walker, his dad, high school teammate of Mark Aguirre at Westinghouse High School in Chicago. Walker averaged over 30 in high school.
Well, Paris won the defense he's been playing on Will Walker. We saw this St. John's team shut down Dominique Jones. Jones got some points, but was pretty much ineffective.
Kelly had to get that one off with just 2, and Big offensive rebound that time by Chris Faber.
Boy, that's a huge rebound. It was not a great offensive possession. Kelly forced into a tough three, off balance. And they got a chance to use another 35. Not a lot of movement right now for DePaul offensively, standing around. They look gassed, having to play without Koshwal, already a thin bench.
Kelly high off the window, won't go down. Another rebound by Faber. Two huge offensive rebounds by the sophomore.
DePaul could have the ball for about a minute and a half here. Milking the shot clock, and this will be their third straight possession. It's a lot of defense to play for St. John's.
Walker steps back, won't go down, and this time St. John's comes down with the basketball. Kennedy steps back, it's a three, and he's got it.
Tell you what, just matching up with DJ Kennedy is proving to be troublesome for DePaul. Getting a body on him, finding him in transition.
Matt Koshwal, in front of the scorer's table now, getting ready to check back into the ball game. The 5.5 minutes to go.
Well, DePaul with a 5-point lead. Matt Koshwal waiting to come back in. I mean, I know Tracy Webster didn't want to give up the lead that they had when Koshwal went out, but at the same time, did a pretty good job without him in there.
Stoval.
Wow.
5 for 5 from long range for Mike Stoval.
He's on fire right now. That's a player stepping up when he knows his team needs him. Koshwal on the bench in foul trouble, and Stoval. There's a look at him. Again, who was it? Jeremiah Kelly inside. Drawing, doing what he does best. Getting inside, kicking it out, and Stoval. That's a tough three. With that Duke. Got a Duke jersey, an Orioles jersey, and a Yankees jersey. All over the map with that crew.
Well, we're in the city with big shoulders.
That's right.
About the fact DePaul knocking off Marquette. Marquette started 1-5. Marquette, this is the only loss since then.
I was at this game, I actually called this game, and DePaul just played it great the entire way. And down the stretch, Marquette missing a couple free throws, giving an opportunity to see the ball there. It's almost knocked away, and Stoval was able to pick it up and bury that shot. 51-50. That was a huge win just for the spirits of DePaul, for everything that they had been through. That was shortly after Jerry Wainwright was let go.
Since that win, they've lost 11 straight, but they've improved in many areas.
Well, closing out games, one of those hurdles you have to get over as any team that struggles with winning.